Let's look inside at the bridge plate and see how these ball ends look. That's what I want to see, the ball end pulled right against the plate and pushed forward by the bridge pin. And you should install strings with the mirror as well. I like to see the balls facing forward in line with the strings myself, and I'll show you that later. I see a little bit of wood fibers hanging out there, but it looks good to me compared to the other one that I'll show you. I would probably go so far as to loosen these strings and take them off and get a better look at the holes before I bought the guitar. I'd probably be a pain in the neck in a lot of music stores. Now with the strings off, it doesn't look that bad to me. There's a few pencil marks from manufacturer, that'd be typical. And a few strands of wood, little hairs and fibers hanging down off the holes. That doesn't bother me. What I'd do is get in there with a little block and some sandpaper and just knock those off. After I got the guitar home, I'd buy it like this. I'd take a Q-tip and a little super glue and very carefully get in there and case harden those a bit with some super glue, and this will last a lifetime if you take care of it. Now this is a tape for players and repair people and do-it-yourselfers, so you couldn't do this in the store, but as long as the strings are off, I'm going in there with a little rubber backer and some 80 grit paper, and I'm going to sand those little pieces of wood off going lengthwise with the pad. Then that'll be done while the strings are off. Next, I'm going to harden every hole on the underside of the bridge pad with super glue. Start with number 10, water thin, then I'll go to the medium viscosity. I'll let that 10 dry for a minute. It's going to soak right into the wood and disappear, but it's going to case harden it. Now this is very risky, and I wouldn't recommend that you do this unless you're confident. You don't have to do it the way I'm going to do it. I've got paper towel inside here in case there's any problem. Plenty of super glue so I can dip into it quickly, and I'm bringing that inside the guitar. I know my way around the guitar. And right underneath the bridge pin holes. Now if you spilled this, you'd be in big trouble. I can see my little cup. I can reach down into it, dip into the super glue and bring it up only on the pad. Come back out. Reach inside and remove the Q-tip. Don't try this if you don't feel confident or if your arm's too big. This guitar is a little narrow, almost too narrow for me to get in there. And practice with a dry cup. Don't just go in there with a cup full of super glue. I come down in there, I can see it, dip into it and bring it up and just coat the bottom. Then I've got to stop, maneuver my way out, bring the super glue out, go back in. It'll bleed right out into the wood. Pull out the Q-tip without getting stuck, and then I can use it over again. You do it 6 times with the water thin and then 6 times with the medium viscosity. If it makes you nervous, do it from the outside. Work on the protected area and you can go down through the hole and do the same thing. The only problem is you're going to get super glue on the walls of all the holes, possibly on the chamfered tops. When that happens, then the bridge pins won't go in. They'll probably get stuck halfway down. What I do in that case would be take a bridge pin reamer. At StewMac we have a 3 degree and a 5 degree. And give it a slight twist. I will not do it here because I don't need to ream this. I'll go backwards and it won't cut. Here's what you'd need to do. Like that. Almost nothing. That would take the glue out and the pin would still fit and you wouldn't lose any wood. This is 80 grit gold sandpaper on a little rubber block. I'm just kissing off any of that bleeding super glue where it stains the wood. I love this plexiglass guitar. It's perfect for this. The medium viscosity won't bleed into the wood, but that's what I want the first coat to do, to saturate the side walls. That's how they look after a light sanding with 80 grit and the second coat of medium viscosity. Give that another little sanding just to get any of that super glue